and you're going to do project, and then you're going to click on indexing.
Yes.
And then you see my document there. And this is, every time I open this document, I get a little upset. You're not supposed to see all this red. I don't know why you are, but can you do see what I crossed out, added, but so bear with. When it's crossed out, take it out. There's no reason to repeat the song in the description.
We like the red. We like your editing. We like the red.
Oh, well, you got it. I don't know how long it'll stay or anything, but for right now, it's there. It changes daily. I added this card because people wanted to see the title, composer, author, publisher, in the first line. So when you have a card like this that has the type on the left, yes.
This is not what I have problem with. I have problem with still locating the project.
Okay. What VROC are you in, Elder U?
VROC 4.
Okay. Would you get with your team lead, and she can step you through all this?
Oh, maybe I didn't have a permission to work on this.
Oh no, you got permission. Just meet with your team lead or your mission lead and ask if they can show you how you get around, how you find the Q&A for HSP.
No, I found the Q&A. I found the Q&A. I'm talking about finding the project. So that after you click indexing, and you go to this section where it shows the
have a title, composer, author, publisher, OP, first line, type here on the left side of the card. You're just going to type what it tells you to type. So the title would be Maggie by my side. That is all you type in the title. In the description, you're going to type, and they want us to type first line in the description. You would type first line, the land of my home is flittering. So these cards are pretty easy. If you have a card that is it does not have a typing at the side, then you have to create a title. And then it tells you to carefully examine each card to see if a title was written. This one does not have one. So locate the creator and the important information from the description to create the title. So the creator is David Wharton. The name up here will generally always be the creator. Then we have the description. And it's usually always the first part of the description. It'll be the name of the song or a play or a poem. So the title would be David A. Wharton, The Two Pickets. So on this part, we would put the creator before the title. But when we have a card like this, we would not do that. We just would type, Come Holy Spirit. And you can type the rest in there if you want. So that's the difference between the cards. So make sure you understand when to put the creator first in the title and when not to. Also, when you have a card like this one happens to say first line, so we would type that in and then silently, watchfully, weary of day. If it did not say first line and it just had silently, watchfully, and you know it's a first line, do not type first line. Do not add things to the card. So, and you don't want to put like in the description, you wouldn't do song, word, and music by, and don't add things to it because you change how things look. I'm not going to go through all this. what if it was sold and published by, what if it was sold and published? And we talked about that. When it says sold and published by, just put it in additional text, and so that we know that it was also sold by them. And don't worry when the title is like G. Nick Mary. Mary sings songs, so it looks like a name. Don't worry about it. Don't put a space, don't put dots, don't put colons. We're doing straight text. They don't care. So don't add things. Abbreviations. Again, I've got some abbreviations here, and this is just for your information, so you know what the card's talking about. Do not spell or type these abbreviations out. And I've got voice and pianoforte. I know it stands for more than, for a lot of things. So I just put PF as pianoforte. That's all I put in there. So I don't need emails telling me what it stands for and that I should add it. INSCR is inscription, and it will say INSCR, and then it will have what the inscription was. Quarto is the size of paper. SNDD. And this was hard to figure out what that last letter was. I finally had it really clear on a card one day. It means that it's not bound. And then these abbreviations, do not put them anywhere on the card. CP is a copyright date. N.D. is no date. N.P. is no place. So we don't need it on the card. And there isn't one. There isn't a date, there isn't a place. There is a squiggly line, and I'll show you that in just a second. It's right before the date. It looks like a 3. Don't put that in anywhere. It means about.
Sister Nance?
Yes, Sister Baker.
Same thing for anonymous, right? If it says anonymous, just skip it.
Yes. Anonymous means they don't have a person, so we don't need to make a person for anonymous. So, just a little think about it. If it says anonymous, it means it's blank. What would we do if it's blank? We would just leave it blank. If it says N.D. date, for no date, what does that mean? It means there is no date. So we're okay. We just move on. So this is why I put it there so you can see what they stand for. We're running out of time, and I don't want to keep you any longer than necessary. I'm going to come back to that. I want to show you the squiggly mark. The little squiggly mark right here by 1796, it looks like a 3. It isn't. It means about. Sister Baker, you have a comment?
No. Sorry.
Okay. And I think this down in the corner, that SNB is just not, it's either bound or it's not bound. You can put that in additional text if you want. This card would be non-extractable data, because it's just a list of amusements. So I just wanted to show you that little squiggly thing there. Now we'll go back and catch some of these. On page 27 of the Q&A, I got a mistake. You may want to make a note, let your missionaries know about it. It has, what do I do with multiple publishers? This card has George P. Reed and Company, Albert E. Jones and Company, and then George Sutton Jr. The first one will go in the publisher field. The others will go in mentioned person. That shouldn't be additional. It should say mentioned person field. And it should go in as a mentioned person, unless it is a company. Again, that's the exception. The company will go in additional text. Do not pick and choose which one you want to do. Do it in the order that they're listed. So George P. Reed and Company is the first publisher. He goes in the in the publisher field on the item card. The next one is Albert E. Jones and Company. That's going to have to go in additional text. And we input it as also published by Albert E. Jones and Company. George Dutton is not a company, so we can put that under a mentioned person. And then be sure and do the place cards for all their places. Here is another person, A.W. Honor. So again, don't pick out Johnson and Company to put in the publisher field and do the others as mentioned people. Just do it in the order that you find them. And this one is publishers, they're not companies, but we've got two publishers, Johnson and A.W. Honor. You'll put Johnson in the publisher field and A.W. Honor in the mentioned person field. So hopefully this will help you with all those publishers. And you'll have it that down pat by next week when we are going to move on to something else. This card has a lot of misspelling. Just try to ignore it. Here we've got, this is on, if we have a creator that has a double role. Here we have a creator, Stephen C. Foster. He was a composer and an author. So you will see him in twice. One as a creator, Stephen C. Fox. His role is composer. And then we'll put him again with his role as author. So make sure you catch all the his roles. This is another one.
Sister Nance?
Yes.
On that last one, did you want to talk about New York? It's a state unless there's a street address.
Oh, yeah, we can do that. If we had just First Pond and Company, New York goes in the state. But we have an address, 1 Franklin Square. So it designates it's telling us that New York is a city. So New York always goes in the state unless there's something on the card that designates that it's a city. So thanks for mentioning that. Sister Cooch, yes, that'd be great. Thank you. On this card here, we've got Charles Dibdin, written and composed by him. Again, he has a role of author, and then he has a role of composer. So make sure you get in there twice. Here's another New York. It's going to be New York City because we have an address. I think that was...
Sister Nance?
I think that was it. Are there any questions about any of that?
Sister Nance, if he's a compiler and a composer, we don't have a compiler pull down separate, so we just have one.
Yes. If you've got that is a compiler and he's an arranger and he is an author, he's a composer, put him in as just one, just composer. And again, you'll have that typed in either the additional text or the description, so it's captured there. Let me, I was going to show you, what time is it, 7:30? Those of you that you need to leave, go ahead. I'm just going to show real quick on what you do what we're going through and making sure everything is in the right place and that you've got everything. A lot of this, if it goes in description or if you put in an additional text, we're not going to change it. I did change this card because they had a whole lot of stuff in there that didn't belong there. It belonged elsewhere on the card. So, however you want to do that. So we look and we make sure that you've got the genre, if there's a collection title, if there's a publisher, that you've got an additional text. Because generally, we don't care what you have where. Here on this one here, they added the title in front of it. And we don't need that. So that's